Hello, Facebook, family, and friends. It's me, Aaron Olinger. Today is Friday, September 17th. I'm a little late getting this information out, but I want to get it out. But before I get started, I want to say, if you can hit the thumbs up button on my video or make any comments, I read all comments. So definitely leave it. And please subscribe to my page because I need a lot more subscribers. But let's get started on what I want to talk about today. I'm just going to put a little bit of news out there to see if some of the people knew this. Like the first thing that I just recently found out, probably in the last 5 days, was that I didn't know that Congress was exempt from taking the vaccination shot. I mean, if they want to take it, they can, but technically they're exempt. And I was not aware of that. Then I found out that the Pfizer CEO or president, whatever, he hasn't taken his own vaccine. Keeps saying he don't want a butt in line, but he's had close to a year now to go ahead and take his own vaccine, and he doesn't seem to want to do that. Then I noticed that President Biden, he's made the statement that we're headed for a long, dark winter. And I personally feel that's going to be more economic than actual snowfall. But there's so much going on right now that I believe he's telling the truth. And I believe that that's a hint to the wise, those that are got ears to hear and eyes to see. If he's saying that, the future looks a little bit dark right now, and I suggest people be preparing. Then there's some political doublespeak going on as well. They're saying that they're going to raise taxes on corporations and the rich to help pay for this $3.5 trillion stimulus. Well, I don't know if they think we're morons or not, but I'm going to tell you right now, if they raise taxes on the rich and the poor, the rich and the corporations, all the rich and corporations are going to do is raise prices on us. The poor, working class, and middle class will pay for that in the end, not the rich. So when they tell you that they're raising taxes on the rich, and I hear people telling me, oh, they're going to tax the rich, and we don't have nothing to worry about this time, all I could do was just look at them and not say anything because there's nothing to say. If they don't have the wherewithal to realize that that's going to mean higher prices for us, then there's nothing I can do to convince them. Then another thing I want to say is I was expecting food prices and things to go up after October 15th, after the food harvest came in for this season. But we're in September now, and I'm already noticing higher prices. We as a people are right now dealing with both inflation, which is higher prices across the board on everything from gym shoes and clothing all the way down to even bottled water. I mean, I noticed recently that went up. So I want to say if there's something out there that you need to get, you better be getting it now before the prices increase again around October 15th when the food harvest and other harvests come in, because things is going to get pretty tight. And right now, your money can buy more now than it probably will in the next 2 or 3 months as inflation increases. Along with inflation that we're dealing with, we're also dealing with something called shrinkflation. And I'm going to give you an example of it. 2 months ago, I bought this bottle of Tide, $26. Recently, I bought this one. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this one here is bigger than this one. Okay? And the new one is $2 more. Before you was getting 50 or 60 ounces, now you're getting 40 something. And that's what you call shrinkflation, because you're getting less for your money and they're charging you more for it. And we as a people look like that's going to be the new normal. We have to be prepared to try to stretch a penny right now. So I would definitely say start pooling some money up at your house, because if the power grid goes down, like I said before, the banks will be shut down. You will not have access to your money. The only money you're going to have is what you have in your home. Now, FEMA says you need to maintain 4 months worth of bill money at your house, and that's quite a bit of money. That's going to be up in the thousands. So you need to maintain some sort of a pool of emergency cash at your home. Please, if you haven't started working on it, start working on it now. Get some sort of emergency fund together that you will keep in your house for a dire emergency. Then, along with what I was saying about October 15th, there's also the possibility of between November 26th and 28th, there could be a trucker strike. And even though there are more independent truckers than there are union truckers, right now with the supply chain being as damaged as it is, any sort of trucker strike would be catastrophic to the system and would create absolute shortages in a very short time. I'm talking under 30 days. You'll be feeling it. And it won't even take that long, because what I've noticed is there's shortages already occurring at some of the grocery stores. Now, there's 4 signs, if you know what to look for, that you need to pay attention to. Some of the stores will say that they're open 24 hours, but then they will suddenly stop being open 24 hours and they will go to regular hours and be shut down late at night. That would be an indication that they're not getting enough supplies to be able to stay open 24 hours. A second sign is going to be when you go in the store and the shelves look full, walk up to some of them and pull away what's there on the front, and then look what's behind it, how deep the stock goes back. And if you notice there's nothing but empty space behind what's up front, then that also indicates shortages are occurring. Then another thing would be some companies will start carrying brands of merchandise that I would call second-rate companies that they would never carry. But just to have full store shelves, they'll be carrying these weird name brands that you will notice you've never seen before in their store, just to try to fill up store shelves, to give that illusion that there's no shortages. And the last thing, which is the biggest thing, is they will start to set purchase limits. You'll have 1 to a customer or 2 to a customer. When you start seeing that, that's a clear indication that there's shortages in that product. And then when you look worldwide, between the copper shortage, plastic shortage, different things that are going on right now, I can honestly say that with the plastic shortage right now, it's rumored that some of the bottled water companies are going to have a hard time getting bottles in to be able to fill the demand for bottled water. So again, if you want to have some extra bottled water around the house, you better be getting it now, because it could get down to where they're going to start limiting your purchase. And when they start doing that, that's a clear indication that there's more shortages to come. So get on top of that now. And I would also say that I've noticed that some weeks ago, U.S. military was conducting landing aircraft on highways and roadways as if they didn't expect to have any airports operating. And then this week, Taiwan is practicing landing aircraft on highways and roadways and taking them off from there. Like they're getting ready for war. So, I mean, there's signs out there that if you're looking, there's so much going on that when I had talked to some of my friends and they're telling me they're preparing for when SHTF happens, I can tell you right now, you're in it. It's just that it's like putting crabs in a pot. Or frogs, you just slowly turn up the temperature. You're increasing the pressure until they don't realize they're being cooked. That's what's happening now. Pressure's being turned up. Heat's getting turned up. And still people are running around here as if they don't see anything. They don't want to violate their fantasy of reality. They feel it's not going to affect them in any kind of way. Right now, the best thing you could do is be prepping. Get food, get water, get medicine, get you some self-defense, get you an alternative power source. If you live up north, get you some maybe a Big Buddy heater or some sort of propane heaters or kerosene to be able to heat your home in the event the power grid goes down for any extended period of time. You don't want to take any chances. Also, stockpile what you can for your home. Uh, Anything that you use on a day-to-day basis, if you want to have it and you don't want to have to deal with shortages that are telling you they're out of toilet paper, they're out of bottled water, or they limit your purchase, get out there and get it now while you can. Use whatever extra money you can, because right now anything that you put in that direction, you're investing in yourself. So hurry up and get out there and get those items. Uh, Please stay aware of your surroundings right now. You don't know who's watching you, and if people are watching you, they got bad intentions for you in mind. So stay aware of your surroundings when you're out in public, and be prepared to protect yourself at all times. And last but not least, I'm going to say, and this is what my motto is, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So get out here, get the things that you're going to need, and don't forget, and it's very important, to stockpile some cash at home. Get that emergency fund put together, because I'm telling you, when the power goes out, ATMs and banks are not going to be open, and you want to have more than a jar of change at your house to be able to pay bills and stuff with. So, or be able to buy groceries or get emergency essentials that you may need. So get that emergency fund together. So again, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I hope this goes to heart. Oh, and last thing I want to show you, I had a seminar this past week, and I showed people how to use Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. And I packaged these beans up, and I just want to show members of the class. The bag was full of air, and you can see how the oxygen absorbers pulled that air out of this bag, and it's shrunk the bag down around the food. You can almost make out the images of some of the beans that's in this bag because it's pulled in so tight. When you see that your package is pulled in, it's ready to be stored in your buckets and put up. If it's not pulled in and it still looks like it's full of air, cut it back open, put you some more oxygen absorbers in there, and then iron it back shut like I showed you in class. As long as you do that, then you can just start stacking your buckets up. You can have a whole bucket of rice and beans and stuff, or you can make smaller bags like I showed you, and you can have a variety bucket of different things that's in that bucket. So again, oxygen absorbers, Mylar bags, for long-term storage of dry goods, can't go wrong. And again, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you heed my warning. You better get out there and get the things that you need now before it gets too late. Talk to you later, and bye-bye.